Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So I developed some static or speaker noise coming through my subwoofers, and I'm not really sure what it is. I'm going to be trying to diagnose it and film it and see if I can't capture some of it. I don't know if you can hear it right now. That's with no volume on the head unit and some slight gain. The speakers are actually moving slightly. I'll put the mic by the port. So this is what I'm going to use to try to figure out the source of the static. It's relatively simple. It's just a 3.5 millimeter jack to plug into my phone to RCA cables. And this one just happens to have male and female ends on it. So I'll just play music or test tones and plug this in at the amp, or unplug the head unit and plug the RCA cables in and play different test tones and see which piece of equipment is causing the static. Or you could even get fancy and hook it up to a bass knob and do the same thing, so you could turn your source up and down. And then you just plug this in at the amp, or undo this and plug this in at the head unit. Just various options. But a fellow basshead came up with this idea, so thanks for that, Andrew. This is going to save me a lot of time tracking down the problem. Alright, so we're back here at the amp. I got the 3.5 millimeter jack in my phone on the RCA cables running through the bass knob and running into the amp. I just want to point out, you want to make sure you power your system down before switching out your RCA cables, so you're not doing what's called hot swapping. I hear that's not good for the components of the system. So what I'm going to do is just play a random song here off YouTube and slowly turn the gain up and see if I hear static, to see if it's the amp. So let's begin. So I got no static, just all bass. So that's good. That's definitely a good sign. So it's definitely not the amp. So I moved up here to the front. I went ahead and saved some time and took the dash apart. I got the bass knob wired into the RCAs running back to the amp. So it's running through the RCAs, down through my bass knob, and all the way back. So we've already checked the amp. Now we're going to check the RCAs and the bass knob and see if that's the issue. So here we go. I got the bass knob turned up. This one's turned down. Let's play a random song and see if I still got static. No, I don't hear no static. Only bass. So that's a good sign. It's not the RCA cables or the amp. So I'm going to go ahead and check the ground on the head unit. And if that doesn't work, I got an old head unit I'm going to switch out and see if that fixes the static. I got this head unit hooked up. I got it playing a song. And I got static. So it's got to be something in the harness here. So I think I'm just going to actually run a long wire from here all the way to the battery. So I know I got a good solid ground. Fire it up, see what happens. I ran that ground wire from the head unit to the battery. I still have that rumble. So it kind of makes me think that maybe my grounds are bad here at the battery. Because I did go under the factory grounds here. And they are looking a little rusty. I clear coated them. So I thought. So I'm going to take these apart and clean them up and see what happens. I got those grounds cleaned up. Actually, they weren't even that bad. Once I got the bolt off and was able to look between them, it's all tin lugs, even on the Jeep. It appears the terminals on them are tinned also. So there wasn't even really any corrosion. Actually, there was no corrosion. There was a little slight rust where I had ground the paint off, but it wasn't even that bad either. So let's try it and see what happens. Well, that's not it. Still got the rumble. It is a lot quieter though, since I cleaned those grounds up front. So I'm not sure on that. If you guys think you know what the problem might be, leave a comment below and let me know. It has got me puzzled. You guys are not going to believe this. So even after I used the 3.5mm jack to RCA cables, and it was showing my RCA cables were good, I went ahead and tried an old set of RCA cables I had from previous, and the static is gone. All bass. I guess another thing I didn't think about was the rumble wasn't coming through my other speakers. It was only coming through my sub. So that should have told me that it was on that one side. If it was a ground issue or something, you would have thought all my speakers would have been doing it. It would have done it on all the RCA channels, on my highs and mids. I don't know. It's kind of puzzling a little bit, but we got it solved. I hope this video helps somebody out there solving their rumble or static issue. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.